Then now, when the song played and played and played, so I said, now it's time to move it up another notch. That's when I called Nazizi. I told Nazizi. But anyway, Nazizi, we used to link up daily. So I told Nazizi, I'm like, check it. Me want us to do a song, you know. Then Naz was like, yeah, but you know, I'm traveling to Dar es Salaam tomorrow. I'm like, watch her. She's like, yeah. I was like, what about me nikikam Dar es Salaam, you know? She's like, yeah, kama utakuja Dar es Salaam, then hey, let's do it by all means necessary, you know?
Jack, so you really were pushing to get into this industry, eh?
Like mad, bro. Like mad, bro. I told Nazizi, I'm like, when I come to Dar es Salaam, will we work with, you know, there was this guy called P-Funk, Majani. And P-Funk is the one who did most of this. He is the one who did most of this well-known artists. Like he was the Dr. Dre.
Yep.
You know, so I told Nazizi, I'm like, you promised me P-Funk will produce this song. Nazizi said, bro, we njo to Dar es Salaam maze. Da tutafanya ngoma mazewe mwenyewe, you know. So I went to the old lady. I told the old lady, I'm like, I have, you know, this song that I'm doing, but I'm not doing it here. I'm doing it in Dar es Salaam. So the lady's like, okay, cool. When do you want to go, you know? I told her, Nazizi is going tomorrow, so if I can also leave tomorrow or the day after, I'll just go for 2 days. I do the song, then I come back. So she goes like, she booked me a hotel, got me a flight ticket, gave me, you know, stash to use. She covered me all round, you know. So I told Nazizi, I'm like, guess what, me, I'm coming in with the morning flight. Nazizi is like, watch her. And Firoz was also in Dar es Salaam at that time. So we got there. The first day, we didn't really work on any music. The first day was just party and bullshit, you know. Tumekula sherehe, full battle, ukiangalia mfuko hivi uko sawa, you know. When you look around, and the love that we had for each other was genuine, you know. So Firoz is like, okay, what do you guys need? Now this is the next day. The next day I've woken up, bro, niko na hangover from here to Bethlehem. Yani, I cannot focus, I can't think, you know. So Firoz asks like, what do you guys need? You know, because Firoz used to know that he has a part to play. Yeah. And that's why, you know, he was the CMB vice president, because he used to live that part, you know. So we told him, ask us if we have some drinks, you know, we'll be fine. So he sorted us out with drinks and kadhalika. So when he sorted us out with everything, we were seated in that room. My flight was the next day early in the morning. So the room which I had taken, there was a church next to it. So there was a big clock, you know. There was a big clock, and then, you know, we're seated there with Nazizi. We're trying to get inspiration, it's not coming. Then when we look at this clock, you know, it's just showing us your time. Is going. So I called Firoz, I told Firoz, I'm like, I think we need change of scenario. Firoz like, sawa now come here to saizi. True to his word, like 10 minutes later, Firoz pops up at the hotel. He goes like, 20, you know, he was always that fast-moving kind of person. Kila saya any day. So he's like, 20. So I'm like, where the hell is Firoz taking us? The guy took us to this graveyard, you know. Took us to a graveyard, me and Nazizi. So we're seated in the middle of a graveyard, and that's how in a graveyard, and this is true story, you know. Yeah. I guess we went there because that's where people used to, you know, do Mr. Grimm, smoke indoor, you know, at peace, you know what I mean? So by the time we're done, let's say like 1 hour sitting at this graveyard, unajua ni zile graveyards za watu wengi, like Langata Cemetery. Yes. We got that melody. Now we had to put words into that, you know. So the fact that we had the melody, I felt like, hey, at least we are steps closer. So we went to P-Funk. Nice. You know, we went to P-Funk. So P-Funk, you know, P-Funk used to deal with a lot of artists. Every artist wanted P-Funk to do productions for them. So at the gate, there was strict instructions that nobody, and I mean nobody, I don't care kona tattoo ya budake, ama, you know, nobody is to enter here ABC. So me, nilikuwa najua kwamba me being with Nazizi will be easier for me to,
yes.
So when we fika there, you know, like Naz said, oya mwambie majani ni Nazizi maze. P-Funk wasn't having any of it, you know. So I couldn't use my name because I wasn't
in TZ.
In TZ, yeah. So mtu mwenye namtegemea ni Nazizi, you see. So when Nazizi said, mwambie majani ni Nazizi maze, and Nazizi had just come from recording a couple of songs with P-Funk. P-Funk said, Z, Apple, time is not on my side, eh? I've already told the old lady, I didn't go my, murder was the case, you know. So we chomoka there, Firoz, I told Firoz, I'm like, what do we do now? Firoz is like, what we do now is, you know, we have to kill this vibe and make sure anybody would have wished to have jumped on this vibe.
Nice.
I told him, cool, but how are we going to go about it, you know? Firoz told me, he told me, you guys go back to the hotel. Me, Wacha, ni run the streets kidogo. So he dropped us back at the hotel. So because we had the melody, we started putting words to it now. So because we don't have a beat, unajua, we're trying to work with what we have. And that clock was not doing us any justice.
It's showing you how time is going.
Because bro, you can see just 1 minute it was 12 noon, now it's 4. Kidogo kidogo.
And kesho unatoka.
Asubuhi. So Firoz pulled strings here and there. Firoz came to the hotel and said, I got a blood clot producer. I told him, ni nani? You know, because at that time my mind frame was I wanted to work with somebody mwenye anajulikana. So because I was so hungry for this fame, I wanted to work with the right names, you know. So Firoz told me, kuna mshikaji moja tu utamwona. Bro, we go to the studio. I meet this white guy. Mzungu, you know. He's wearing shorts. He's wearing sandals, slippers, and a t-shirt, you know, the collar is like halfway here. So I said, hey, Firoz, you know, I trust you and everything, my brother, but here you've thrown me under the bus. Kikweli. And I was this close to talking smack in Swahili and mwambie, hey, bro, hapo umechemsha maze. So nikambia, kwa hiyo Firoz, tuanze hiyo recording saa ngapi? Then this white guy turns to me, he says, kuna chochote ambacho mlikuwa mmeshaandika au ndio mnataka kuandika? My jaw dropped to the floor. He's called Mika Mwamba. Shout out to Mika, because Mika is the one who actually, salute to Mika, told me, twendeni juu. Hey, I'm there thanking God. I'm like, thank God I controlled my mouth because maze hapa ningechemsha. So we get to the studio, you know, we lay down for him the verse and everything. The guy said, sawa nyinyi wekeni kila kitu, alafu nikamwambia, sikiza bro, mimi na shida yangu ni kwamba time is not on my side. Tomorrow I'm going back to Nairobi. He said, hakuna wasiwasi, so nipeni kama tuseme 3 hours. This was around 4. So 5, 6, 7, around 9 hivi we went to Mika. When we were downstairs, you know, now sasapo, it's injury time. It's do or die. And you see, like I said before, the trust and faith that my mom had put in me.
You didn't want to mess it up.
I didn't want to mess it up because had I have gone there, she's given me everything that I want and I go without anything on the table, then kesho na kesho kutwa, she won't really give me her support. So when we were downstairs, I had the beat, bro. Kabla hata sijasikia kitu, you know, the smile on my face, I was just like, hey, I've not heard anything, I'm just saying that. Hey, I told Firoz, I'm like, that's why you're the vice P, you know. I think I gave him a blow that was a bit too hard because Firoz for a moment was like, Najua, you know. But it was that excitement,
Yeah.
the fact that, hey, tumewakenge maze tumetoboa hii project. Na sijaisikia, so when we went to the studio, I had the Let's Get Down.
Ooh.
Fire.
Ooh.
You know, straight fire, bro. And I'm like, this Mika guy is the person who I least expected. I least expected Mika to deliver this much. You know what I mean?
It's a blessing in disguise.
It was a blessing in disguise.
God somehow made it work for
He
your good.
Absolutely. He did. And you know, when it came to like, you know, even breaking him off, bro, I didn't even ati bargain.
Yeah.
I didn't ati
You were
say.
just...
I was like, bro, sold. I think I even paid him extra. But you know, all in all, I was grateful for Firoz, you know, for Nazizi, and most importantly, Mika. Because now, see, I've gotten the song, I've come back to Nairobi, I've set up everything now. Sasa, it's working on the video. So I worked with these people. This friend of mine is called Ngechu.
So you didn't distribute it first? You didn't drop the audio?
No.
Why didn't you distribute the audio actually?
Because I was taking my time with it. And I had an album in mind.
Yes.
So I spoke to one of my friends, you know, he's from Ridgeways. He's called Nyota. Nyota came and told me, he's like, hey bro, you know, like Mazi, the speed that you're coming with is crazy. Now what we need to do is just put out like a crazy video for this Let's Get Down, because Styles, Nyota, Mad Tracks, you know, these are people who would hear exclusives from me. Because we're pamoja and Code Red, CMB, we're all one thing. So when I told Nyota, cool, you know, we'll work on the video. So Red Sun removed that song. Who's the chicken now? Who's the chicken now? So when I saw the video, it had this green screen. And I said, yo, Nyota, can't we do something like that? But now, because us guys came with the gangster tip, I was like, me, I want 6.4s with hydraulics, you know. And I want you to help me make Kenyans believe that these 6.4s are actually real life, you know. Nyota made 1, 2 calls, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we did the video. Then that's when I released now the song. But then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, at that time, I hadn't done the video for Naleta Action. The song was really picking on Hits Not Homework. It was up there, you know. So I said, how about I just combine both these songs under one video, you know? So that's how I did now Let's Get Down with Naleta Action in the same video.
Yes.
You see?
CMB. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, mambo vipi Firoz?
Yo, what's up, Prezzo? Mambo vipi mzee?
Yo, but you know what, yeah? Leo kama vipi, man, let's hold a crazy party up at the CMB mansion.
Poa kabisa.
Oh, you bumper clad batty boy, better step back now. Now hear this, coming straight from the studio, man.
Why really love child? Party with him.
J-A-C-K-S-O-N, it's called Jackson.
Looking for my name for Jackson. Toka Kenya hadi Bongo, Naleta Action. Mamazi wakiulizwa, what I mention. CMB President, up in your residence. Looking for my name for Jackson. Toka Kenya hadi Bongo, Naleta Action. Mamazi wakiulizwa, what I mention. CMB President, up in your residence. Sema ni vipi, Butwa imekupiga pumzika kwa kiti. Better believe that Jackson aleta dhiki. Rusha mikono kawa feel him muziki. Hold the microphone, I show you who does it better. Rocking on the show so you know I got the cheddar. It's about to get cold, so grab your sweater. Poa mshikaji.
See you later.
You know it's Friday night, so I gotta be a member. Come across a lady and she begging for my number. Yo, you want my number? 0727272. Looking for my name for Jackson. Toka Kenya hadi Bongo, na leta action. Mamanzi wakiulizwa, what I mention. CMB President, up in your residence. Looking for my name for Jackson. Toka Kenya hadi Bongo, na leta action. Mamanzi wakiulizwa, what I mention. CMB President, up in your residence.
So,
And you've got your digs. Also, you shot it at this Kasabi house that you're talking about. Yeah.
at this Kasabi house that I'm talking about, all the cars were mine. They were not rented. Everything. Yani, it was a one-stop shop. You know, we got models like crazy. I went to Suranzuri.
Yeah.
They give you a catalog. They tell you chagua mwenye unataka, tall, short, fat, skinny.
It's up to you.
It's up to you, you know. So we got the models. I remember paying for lights that I didn't even need, you know, but then my mind was on that professionalism. I thought to myself, I'm like, for us to get, you know, I need like 25 lights, you know. And who are they to refuse, you know? They were like, no problem, you know. So I did that. The video now, Let's Get Down, is what now made Prezzo a household name.
Akilini mpaka singizini, mchana mpaka night mawazoni yuko na mimi. Namthamini ye kuliko hata madini ama hela, sio lazima utajiri hata kwa umasikini. Mimi na ye, Mungu watujali ye, amini. Siku moja jamani aliniita, niko busy kwenye club na katika, nimetega sikio kwenye speaker, sina muda na mtu hata dakika ati.
Shorty tukutane, please don't call town.
Mungu ananiangalia up and down.
Can I please write your number down?
Okay, come, let's get down. Come, let's get down. Come, let's get down. Come, let's get down. Come, let's get down.
We took a slight break there. Yani, this story is bumbering crazy. so Prezzo, and let me give you the due respect and call you Prezzo.
Shukran.
So, because you have become now El Presidente in the story. It's no longer Jackson J.
Absolutely. No Jackson J, nothing like that.
So, Prezzo, you've just shot the Naleta action video.
Yeah.
You've just shot the Let's Get Down video featuring Nazizi.
Yeah.
Even how the recording of the song, Milka, it's called Milka, eh? The guy who produced it.
Which one?
The guy who produced Let's Get Down.
Oh, the video?
Yeah, no, the song.
The video?
No, who
the
produced
song.
Yes.
Oh, Mika Mwamba.
Yeah, mad respect to him, because that was a local banger.
Yeah, true story.
Now, you have product.
Yes, but also keep in mind, Mika is a white guy.
Yeah.
Me, I'm here trying to do this Kapuka vibe. So I'm like, okay, the guy who I knew and trusted in was Majani, P-Funk. You see, now already, you know, the air has been punched off my stomach. Because now I'm dealing with a new face, different race, you know. I'm thinking, will he really get the vibe that I want, you know? So you see, it was a blessing in disguise, because I think had anybody else produced Let's Get Down, it wouldn't have reached the heights that it reached to.
I think it would have even come out sounding much different.
Much different.
Yeah, because of your direction of what you expecting that producer to do.
Absolutely. So you see, when I got this product from Mika, you know, like, you have to look at your blessings in different angles. So for him to close all the other doors of these producers and send me to Mika, it's like he knew how passionate I was with music. And he knew that if I give this guy, this producer, he'll be able to fulfill his dream. You know? So we came back, we shot the video. You know, the video comes out and nobody had seen a video like that before.
At that time.
At that time. So, you know, Kina Nonini were doing their thing, you know, Caliph Records and everything. And I said to myself, I'm like, because we're getting into this music business, you know, together we stand. So I asked Kina Nonini if they can they can cameo in my video, you know. So Nonini pulled up, Bamboo pulled up,
Nice.
Nazizi had to pull up because she was in the
She dropped
in
the
song.
bar.
Yeah.
You shared the bars.
Yeah, we shared the buzz. And then, you know, once we did that video, it now gave me even the strength.
Ah, man, because you have all the... So, but then that's another thing that I'm trying to say. You were already a celeb.
Yeah.
It's not easy for you to have... This is your first video. So you're already calling all these guys and they're coming through.
They're coming through.
You get what
yeah.
I mean? Because you already had a name. Styles of people who used meter JKs, Qs in the clubs and things like that. So even though this was your first video and song,
Yeah.
the brand,
Yeah.
people were already supporting that
Yeah,
brand.
people were supporting, you know, and I remember that time is when, you remember those belts that had names? We were only 2 of us in East Africa. It was just me and Styles who had those belts. So, of course, we had to, like, you know, showcase. So Styles, instead of focusing on the decks, Styles is there making sure that belt is being seen, you know, because it was written Styles, you know. There's even one shot that I remember Nyota had to be told, like, I want a shot of me just lifting my t-shirt up so that belt can be seen. You see? So you see, all these people were big names at that time. You know, Nonini had Manziwa Nairobi. You know, Bamboo had been with K-South for the longest, you know. So they graced it, and then the rest were just the crew and models, you see. So once we did the video, I had a product on the table that I could sell. So I said, okay, what's the way forward now? So I thought about it, you know, Big Ted was doing promotions, you know, like corporate promotions and what have you. So they do these road shows. So I had a meeting, my mom, Big Ted, and myself.
Dude, just let me just stop you right there. Your mom,
Yeah.
like your mom.
Yeah, my mom was seated. We had a lunch meeting, and all this was surreal for me, you know. And my mom told Big Ted, she's like, listen, my son, you're both my sons, you know, and your brother here is very passionate about music. So I want you to help him by all means necessary for him to actually achieve this dream of his. So Big Ted and my mom, you know, they had this connection from the word go, you know. Big Ted was like, Sawa mama, you know, me, he'll be under my watch, you know, and I'll make sure I do whatever possible in my power to walk with him through this journey. So the first show that Big Ted gave me was in Carnival. It was Mr. and Miss. It was one of these beauty pageants, you know. And at that time, I only had Let's Get Down, which I hadn't released yet. I had Malaika Mama, of which now was the song that I was riding with at that time. But do you know, I was so nervous, you know. I had a whole squad, I had an entourage, you know, from bodyguards to Sidri, you name it, you know. But then when it was time for me to go on stage, I couldn't control my hands. You know, you could clearly see my hand was just shaking. And even my voice, you could feel, you know, like I was still rough around the edges. So I sang the Malaika Mama song with Waire, just that one song. And then now we put out the Let's Get Down video. Now that was the product that, you know, Big Ted would go and sell to the corporates and for me to end up in these road shows. Now, I was fortunate enough because when it came to these road shows, you know, like I had everything that I needed.
Yeah.
So even other artists would be traveling with the artist van But me and my team, we'd go in a
Your own
convoy
cars.
of our own cars, you know.
Yeah.
So I remember very well when we went for this show in Nakuru. You know, like I had some artists, I'm not going to mention names, but I had some artists from Ogopa DJs. They were mugging me, you know, because it's like they felt like, okay, this guy has come to steal the thunder, you know. They were mugging me. So, you know, I was like basically the shining armor. And for that reason, you know, like these people didn't welcome me with open arms, you know. But lucky for me, I already had an entourage. I had a whole squad.
You had your boys.
Yeah, with my boys. So that's when we had T-shirts printed, you know. We had hats printed, you know, CMB, Nini, Naleta Action. And we did the first roadshow in Nakuru, you know. Finished with that roadshow, we came back, you know, big.
So is this a road show for the other? It's a corporate gig, and then you are just performing as part of the corporate gig.
Yeah, it was a corporate gig, but now Big Ted used to slide me into this
Nice,
roadshow.
I get.
You know, so you see, in roadshows they were free of charge. So you find people gathering in like a ground. There was a stage and stuff. Maybe it would be like them pushing a product like say washing detergent, but in that washing detergent, as they do the promos, then there was us artists who
exactly.
Yeah. So during those period in times, you know, we never used to get a cent out of performance. But you know, I used that platform to sell the brand. You know, so we'd go to Nakuru, we'd go to Kisumu, we'd go to Thika, you name it, we'd be there. You know. And we never used to hustle anybody because we sustained ourselves. Even Sijua Kisema, you know, you guys will have to sleep, we'd sleep in a different hotel with the other artists. Hence the friction, you know, like kwani yanafikiri yeni nani, you know. So Big Ted showed us the ropes here and there, you know, up until the point whereby now Chagola Tiniz came by.
Okay, so at this time,
Yeah.
now while he's showing you the ropes, you have now officially released the video.
Yeah, we've officially released the video.
Good. Now, well, the reason why I've asked that is because now people are putting a face to this. You see, all this time me and you have been talking. I've known you from back in the day.
Yes.
So, but before that, when it's the 50 Cent's remake, there's no face to that.
Yes.
Malaika
Mama.
There's no face to that.
Yes.
Naleta Action, when it
Yes.
dropped, there was no face.
There was
But
no
now
face, yeah.
there is a face.
There's a face, yeah.
How was that?
So it was easy to market the brand because the video for that time it was
Ahead.
It was way ahead of its time, you know. So we started distributing the video and the audio to the radio stations and stuff. And then, you know, it reached a point whereby Big Ted was like, I think now here, you're good to go. You know, like you can stand on your own too, you know.
And do you agree? Do you agree that he had done his job?
I agreed, yes.
Okay.
I agreed that he had done his job because also as we go for these road shows, Firoz was busy trying to study how these road shows work, you know, and trying to push me as an artist together with Nazizi because Let's Get Down already was a hit, you know. So Firoz now started sourcing shows for Prezzo separately, you know, no Big Ted, no Big Kev, nobody, you know. So I remember even like one time Big Ted, now this is when the name has become up there. Big Ted called me and he said, you know, you're a superstar now. So come to Runda. There was this place he used to go to like get a massage and pedicure and all that. So I'm like, hey, you know, I could actually get used to this, you know. Massages, nini, you know, pedicures, manicure. So there was that chemistry between myself and Big Ted and Big Kev and my crew, you know. So even when he now let us stand on our tour, that's when now we started generating income.
Now Feroz played the Big Ted role.
Now Feroz played the Big Ted role because Feroz was studying Big Ted and every move that he was pulling. So Feroz took over now. You know, Feroz used to tell me, you worry about the music, let me worry about the business side of it.
Yeah.
You see? So thanks to the video, now like you said, you know, there was a face to the name, you know, and we started doing more shows in Nakuru. You know, we started doing shows in Naivasha, you know, Eldoret and what have you. And then this is like just a month after we've dropped the video. So Chagola Tini's came by, you know.